Within the ODM circles, Kilifi County is always referred to as home number 1 to the ODM party. Kilifi County is the only county which voted 6 piece for ODM party in the last election. All MCs in Kilifi were elected on ODM ticket. All members of parliament in Kilifi were elected on ODM ticket. The women rep, the senator, the governor, all of them were voted on ODM ticket. No any other county, including Siaya, achieved that. The people of Kilifi are normally the most loyal supporters of Raila Odinga. That's the honest truth. And for those who follow the politics in this country very closely, in the last election, 2013, after the election, Jubilee government wanted to penetrate coast. So they hatched a plot and made the member of parliament for Malindi, Kazungu, a cabinet minister. And once they did that, their expectations was that they were going to take that seat. So they deployed all state machinery and the kind of money, and the entire Jubilee party machinery were in Malindi. But ODM party prevailed. But over the weekend, the governor for Kilifi, Amason Kingi, announced that is going to lead a walkout, a major walkout from ODM party to a coastal-based political party by June. What's your thought on that move by Amason Kingi? Do you think Amason Kingi is going to destroy ODM party in Kilifi? In this video today, I want us to look at several things. The first thing I want us to look at are some of the mistakes Raila Odinga committed within the ODM party. And then we are going to also look at why Kingi is forming his own political party, despite the fact that he's the county chairperson of ODM party. We are also going to look at the impact of Amason Kingi's move should he make good his threat to leave ODM party. The impact on Raila Odinga's politics in 2022. But before we do that, if you're watching this video for the first time, please, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now back to the main issue. Last week, I did a video in some nice compound in game with my friend called Kevin Doso. And for those who follow me on Facebook or even followed the story on YouTube, another clip, around 15 seconds, I shared there. And I was asking my friend this question, but I stopped him from responding. In the coast for the last 1 or 2 weeks.
Yes.
And at the coast, he's been meeting people, groups, religious leaders, professionals, but without Hassan Joho, without Amason Kingi,
yes,
and without members of parliament.
True, true.
Your take. Hapana, hapana. We'll do that next time, guys. Thank you, guys. And no, that was the question I asked him. He wanted to respond, but I told him, do not respond. I was waiting for the right time to do that video. Because remember, Raila Odinga was at the coast. While at the coast, he met with Gideon Mungaro. He met with Muslim leaders. He met with ODM grassroots leaders. But he was deliberately not with Joho, not with Kingi. So what was the motive of Raila Odinga's move to sideline these two key individuals at the coast? And because of the statement by Kingi, I'm going to do that video tomorrow. But for now, let us focus on Kingi's move. Kingi, for those who might not know, is not your ordinary politician. Kingi delivered to ODM party. And if you ask me, and I've always told people severally, that the right person who ought to have been the point person for Raila Odinga at the coast is Amason Kingi. But in politics, nothing is given. Leadership is not given. Leadership is grabbed. Hassan Joho grabbed leadership from Kingi. Why do I say so? Hassan Joho was first elected as a member of parliament after he was defeated by Anania Mwaboza. So he made a comeback. Then in 2007, Raila Odinga, there's a lot of construction around, so please, I hope you'll bear. In 2007, Raila Odinga and Mwai Kibaki formed a coalition government. Amason Kingi had just been elected as the member of parliament in Kilifi County. Very young guy. So Raila Odinga appointed Amason Kingi as a young boy, I think he was 35 or so, 35 or less, as a full cabinet minister for fisheries. Then Hassan Joho, by that time, who had contested against Mwaboza, was elected or was appointed as an assistant minister. In 2013, Amason Kingi did not defend his seat. He opted to go for the gubernatorial seat in Kilifi. Hassan Joho also opted to go for the gubernatorial seat in Mombasa. These two gentlemen won, fair and square. Then they became very close and key supporters of Raila Odinga. But Raila Odinga made a mistake within ODM party. He made two mistakes, which is going to haunt ODM party for a very long time. I just want you guys to listen to me. The first mistake Raila Odinga made from 2013 was entrusting the ODM leadership at the county level to governors. Because initially, ODM had proposed that they were going to apply something they were calling one man, one job. So that when you're a member of parliament, you are not allowed to serve as a party official. If you're a governor, you're not supposed to be allowed to serve as an official. But because most members of parliament, then most governors were the people who are controlling the party, they changed that rule. So you find that in Mombasa, which before 2013 had some of the vibrant political party offices, then Hassan Joho took over control of Mombasa County. So he was now managing the ODM affairs in Mombasa as Governor Joho. In Kilifi, the same was happening. Kingi was elected as the chairperson of ODM party in Kilifi by virtue of being a governor. So he took charge of Kilifi. You go to all these other counties. And that's why in 2017, most counties where the governor was fighting with either member of parliament or someone else, those guys ended up losing. A good example is Kakamega. Because in Kakamega, Oparanya was also allowed to take control of the party there. So if you are not in good terms with Oparanya, you are not given certificate. So Oparanya also created his team, and that's why ODM lost. In Kakamega, if you look at those who won, they were previously in ODM, but during the nomination, most of them were locked out. So the first mistake Raila Odinga did was to entrust the ODM leadership with governors. Because governor is a very powerful office. Once someone becomes a governor and serves 2 terms, you can't tame that person. The only thing you can do is to make them unpopular. But someone like Kingi is very popular. So where are you taking Kingi? And he has the ODM structure and party with him at that level. So that's why most of these guys are rebelling, and that's the first mistake. The second mistake, which Raila did in 2013, was the systematic destructions of ODM grassroots network. ODM and KANU are the only parties with grassroots networks. So there are so many people who are very loyal to the party. And some of these people, they understand the party because they are on the ground. I just want to take you to Msambweni. In Msambweni, there's a group of ODM supporters from the grassroots who did their survey. Then they handed over this survey to the party and told the party that the person who is popular here is Faisal. And they challenged the ODM party to hand over the certificate to Faisal or allow for free and fair elections. This grassroots team was dismissed. In fact, Edwin Sifuna, as the Secretary General, responded personally to that letter, dismissing a poll which was conducted by their own officers there. Ultimately, we know what happened. So that's the first part. Two mistakes which Raila did: entrusting the governors with the leadership of the party, and number two, systematic destruction of party structures. In Mombasa, for example, today is when the ODM party is trying to create a new party office. Before 2013, Mombasa had one of the best party offices. You go in all these counties, so the structures is either the governor, the members of parliament, controlling. So that's the first, those are the two mistakes Raila Odinga committed. But do you think Amason Kingi's move will impact on Raila Amolo Odinga? In my view, it's going to impact on Raila Amolo Odinga. And why am I saying so? First of all, why is Kingi planning to move? 4 reasons. The first one, there's supremacy battle between Amason Kingi and Hassan Joho. That's the reality. In fact, the main reason why Kingi and Joho never campaigned together in Makwiny was because of that supremacy. Who is supposed to be the kingpin at the coast? Kingi is leaving if he's planning to do. Because in ODM party, Joho is already the deputy party leader. Those are the realities. So by virtue of Joho being the deputy party leader, it means Amason Kingi might not have the space which he wants. So the only option for him, because he's not going to contest again, is to say, okay, I want to leave ODM party. So that's the first reason. Number two, I think it's also his strategy to negotiate. Kingi qualifies highly. Kingi is one guy I really have high regards for. Kingi is positioning himself to be either a prime minister, a deputy prime minister, is positioning himself to be deputy president. If not, he is positioning himself to be appointed as a cabinet minister. How do you do this? You have your own party, form it, make it formidable, use it to negotiate. If you are keen, during the order launch, the coastal members of parliament, all of them were absent because they were not sure how that party was going to be received down there. Because down there, the only way out for them is to revive a coastal-based political party. So they can use that party to now negotiate with Ruto, because Ruto cannot penetrate the coastal region. That's what their opinion poll is telling them. And I'm telling you this from very credible sources. So they're planning to have coastal-based political party. And the other reason they did not attend is because in Ruto's camp, in Ruto's side, there are two individuals, Hassan Omar and Mohamed Jopev. Ruto has ears for those two people. In ODM party, Raila Odinga has ears for Hassan Joho. So Tanga guys from coastal region believe that those guys are Arabs, for example. So Aisha Jomwa, Kingi, and the rest are trying to create a Mijikenda kind of thing. Number three, I think probably he just wants to create tension within the ODM party so that he can be recognized. Amason Kingi, if you ask me, and it's not Amason Kingi alone, so many people have actually benefited from Raila Odinga's generosity. Amason Kingi, when Raila Odinga was appointing him a minister, there were so many other people who were qualified. He was still very young. Nobody knew him. Then that trust made him now a governor, and he became very powerful. So the expectation of Raila Odinga was that he was grooming this guy, probably to take over from him, or to take, just grooming. But in politics, nothing like that happens. So Kingi is charting his own path. So probably Kingi is saying, he's telling Raila Odinga, I'm giving you up to June to decide. You have Joho as the deputy party leader. Decide, what are you going to do with me? So we should expect Kingi meeting with Raila Odinga soon, and probably will be told that just relax, we utakuwa hivi. And lastly, why Kingi is making this move, I think, is because of what I can call relevance in politics. All second-term governors in this country don't know what to do. Some of them are planning to run for as members of parliament. Some of them are planning to contest as senators. so that they can be appointed. Some of them just want to remain relevant in the hope that they are going to be some of them are just trying to remain relevant, very powerful locally, because the governors are very powerful. Some of the governors are just planning to remain powerful so that they can be considered. Someone like Siaya governor has set his eyes because the people of Alego wants him to go and run as a member of parliament for Alego. And he's also planning maybe to go for the Senate. Those second-term governors. Kingi wanted the brother to be the governor. The brother who is the member of parliament for Magarini, so that he can go back to Magarini. So probably because of those dynamics, he wants to remain relevant. How do you remain relevant? Say, announce that, okay, I'm leaving ODM party. But assuming he's going to keep his words and dump ODM party and lead that mass walkout, will that impact on Raila Odinga? In my view, on two reasons only. Number one, there's what is called perceptional value in politics. The perception outside there is that Raila Odinga and ODM party is losing its grip at the cost. So Aisha Jumwa left. In Msambweni, they lost. Aisha Jumwa left Msambweni, they lost. Several other members of parliament are now tilting towards Ruto. Some are saying we are forming our own political party, like Owen Baya. So there's that perception that ODM is losing grip. So the moment Kingi will leave, perception will be created that Raila Odinga is losing the coastal region. In politics, you need that perception. In fact, the main reason why Ruto is investing heavily on crowds, spending fortune to mobilize people to attend his rallies, is because he wants to create the perception that is popular. And once that perception is created, then people will always be keen to go and attend his rallies. And it's working for him. So that perception of value. Number two, it will mean also that Raila Odinga will have to spend a lot of his time and resources to campaign in the coast. Let me be honest with you. The other possible reason why Amason Kingi is threatening Raila Odinga is because Raila Odinga is settling on Mungaro, Gideon Mungaro, as his point man from that region. That's the other possibility, because Gideon Mungaro also left ODM party in a similar fashion as Kingi. He was a very powerful member of parliament for Malindi. He was made a minister. Then he formed coastal-based political party. It headed nowhere. ODM party still prevailed. So Raila Odinga now wants to bring Gideon Mungaro into the circus. Actually, Gideon Mungaro is already in ODM party. Let me tell you the other thing which happened is that during the by-election in Dabaso, the candidate who won was allied to Gideon Mungaro. Within ODM party during the nominations, there were two factions. There was the Kingi faction, and then there was the Mungaro faction. So the candidate for Mungaro is the one who won. So there are a lot of politics around that, but it will mean that Raila Odinga is going to spend a lot of more time, more resources, and energy to campaign in Kilifi. Kilifi, which is always his home, the home number one to ODM party. Let us wait and see how events are going to unfold. But for me now, Kingi is someone I really have a lot of trust and faith in. If he's going, because he's also very passionate about Majimboism. And because of that, so many people from the entire coastal region are looking up to him. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.